Hello, welcome back to the Barely News Crown. Alexis Soto, and I'm here with
Giselle Gallegos,
Kyle Lira,
and we're going to talk about Christmas 2013. We're going to start off with our own Christmas memories. Kyle, what reminds you of Christmas?
Die Hard. I'm kidding. Technically speaking, it is a Christmas movie, but off topic. Just being with family, traditionalistic all-American holiday.
Yeah.
You know,
so
the present.
The feeling is all in the air. You see all the song is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's like one of the most beautiful times of the year. Why don't you talk about your time when you remember that experience you had with The Grinch Stole Christmas, the live-action film when it came out?
I watched it around Christmas time.
Yes.
It was at the drive-in, and yes, we still do have a drive-in.
But not operational.
It's not operational, like the second Death Star in Return of the Jedi.
Another Christmas movie.
Another
like
Christmas
Iron Man
movie.
3.
But I remember watching that, and I loved it. Every single bit. Jim Carrey was absolutely fantastic.
Talk about the experience though with you and your mom when you went to the theater.
We went with my uncle, and we all loved it. I mean, I was sitting in the back with my jug of soda and them too, and we were just having a jolly old time. No pun intended. Yeah. Giselle, what is yours?
Well, I mean, every year is kind of the same for me, but one year I did go up to San Diego and I spent San Diego spent Christmas with my Nina, and
Godmother in Spanish.
Yeah, and I had so much fun. I saw like they had this beautiful display of Christmas lights and all the Christmas figures like Santa lit up at night, and it was across the water and it was really beautiful. And I saw A Christmas Carol as a play, and it was really nice. That was one of my favorite Christmases.
Do you guys remember that movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jingle All the Way?
Put that cookie down.
Remember that movie? I remember when I remember my mom used to drop me off at the open gym for Christmas break, and they would play that movie almost every day. And I remember seeing that. That was, I don't exactly remember all of the movie, but I just remember that it was fun. It was a fun Christmas movie. Among like The Grinch Stole Christmas and those kinds of movies.
I remember one Christmas where I was in Santa Barbara, and I had a really bad stomach ache. I had to be taken to the hospital in Santa Barbara. And just I remember how nice the nurses are, way nicer than the nurses down here.
Well, yeah.
Except for my mother. Mother, you're a good woman. But I remember that, and just one of the doctors gave me a toy fire truck, and I remember that's another fond memory of mine.
I remember 5 years ago. It was the 19th of December. It was right the morning before we would get off of Christmas break at school. And out of nowhere, my brother's appendix was about to burst. And so I was woken up one morning and he just told me that we had to go to the San Diego hospital. So we went over there, and I remember I had never experienced anything like that. It was very depressing. But knowing that he was going to be all right, and then what was even more depressing is when my grandmother came and my aunt came, and they picked me up because they didn't want me to be around there because my parents stayed with my brother, obviously. And I was at my grandma's house, and all I remember feeling so depressed. I had never felt that depressed in my life, and it was very suffocating being there. I didn't like any of it. And that time, I remember that I think it was that year when their version of I'll Be Home for Christmas by Rascal Flatts came out. That, without a doubt, is one of my favorite Christmas songs because it was very likely that none of us would be home for Christmas, and it was very an emotional time for me. That was the only comfort I could find. In the end, though, he was all right, and we ended up just barely making it back for Christmas, and it really was one of the best Christmases ever. But I mean, this is always a time of year where you want to be with your family, and it's always so beautiful. I don't know if what you've done recently in Christmases that have made it really memorable.
Well, every year it's always the same. We go on Christmas Eve. We go to my grandma's house, and we make tamales. We have pozole.
Oh yeah, Mexican families are gonna make tamales and pozole.
And we wait till
some
midnight.
buñuelos too, and then some.
Oh yeah, can't forget that. And we opened gifts at 12, and then the next morning we opened presents here at my house with my immediate family. And then we go to my dad's mom's house for Christmas, and we spend actual Christmas with them.
Anything for you, Kyle? How was it like the opening presents on Christmas morning? How are your any fond memories of that?
Well, we cheat a little bit, and we open presents for the main presents at on Christmas Eve.
Oh, really?
And Christmas Eve night, and just that feeling, just opening, and then 2 seconds later, you're like this. Where's the next one? That was it. What? And then,
really?
No, but because you're in that rush, you're in that you're in that adrenaline. We're open. Yay! Socks.
All right, worst Christmas present you ever gotten? Giselle, you want to one?
I think I got socks, and they were ugly.
Hideous socks.
Yeah.
What was the best one you ever got?
Ooh, when I was a little girl, I loved Monsters Inc. I loved Boo from Monsters Inc. And they had a doll that could talk. It was a Boo doll. And she came with her little teddy bear, and she talked, and I wanted that for the longest time. The longest time I'd been begging my parents for it, and they got it for me for Christmas. And when I opened it, oh my goodness, best feeling ever.
You, Kyle? Best and worst?
My worst turned to my best.
That's an interesting combination, guys.
My worst turned into my best toy. Legos.
Oh, really?
Legos. It was a huge bag of Legos.
What was your reaction when you opened it? It wasn't very satisfactory. Right?
I was expecting, because I've been wanting to scale a Zurg toy from a Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
And then I got a big old bag of Legos. I'm like this. And I started playing with it, and it probably one of my fondest childhood memories, playing with that Legos. I still have pictures with building cities with Legos and all that stuff, so it's pretty good.
I think my worst gift would have to be popcorn. Literally, somebody gave me popcorn for Christmas.
But I thought you loved food.
No, I love food and I love popcorn, but I mean, at Christmas Eve, you don't really want that for a gift. My favorite gift, I've gotten a lot of great stuff over the years. Definitely my first HD screen television was amazing, but the best gift that I got for Christmas would be like that Christmas that year 5 years ago I told you about, being there with them no matter what I got. I didn't care what I got that day. I was just thankful and happy that I got to be with my family after a hellish week that I never would have seen coming, and that was absolutely the best gift I ever got, is to be with them. And I think that's the best gift we can all say we have. Yeah. Every year we can still be with our families, even though we're no longer in high school. There's no shame in still living with our families. We love our families, and I think they appreciate that we're still with them as long as we can be, until we're ready to move on, of course. But Christmas time, always definitely the best time of the year. Any memorable Christmas songs you want to cover? I love "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree" and then there's by Brenda Lee, and I love "Jingle Bell Rock."
A favorite of mine is always going to be "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey's Christmas is.
Wow. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I love it, even though it's not Christmas. Even though it's not Christmas, it's still a kick-ass song.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
But another song, a recording of Brad Paisley's "Born on Christmas Day," where it transitioned from a 13-year-old Brad Paisley.
It was actually a song that he wrote when he was a kid, right?
Yeah, it's like probably one of his first songs, and then it transitions to, you hear present day Brad Paisley's voice, and it's just wow. Born on Christmas Day, not to be all religious, but it just comes to the matter of what Christmas is all about.
What about Silent Night?
Silent Night.
Beautiful, peaceful song. No matter what of the implications they could be. Also, jingle bells, come on, guys.
I like the epic.
That's Gregory's favorite song, by the way.
I like the epicness of Carol of the Bells.
Carol of the Bells. Hark the herald angels sing, "Oh come all ye faithful."
There's a lot.
Oh, there's so many songs.
I mean, that's a whole genre in itself. I mean, you have rock and roll, you have
Have
rap.
Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, one of my all-time favorites too.
Well, if we sat here and listed them all, we'd be here forever.
It sure would be, guys. We want to, from all of us here at the Barely News Crew, it includes all of our extended family. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays. And we'll be right back with our New Year's segment.